Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the New York Knicks. For New York, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Already in this new year, we've seen several teams establish themselves as frontrunners. Shaq, how hard will it be for them to keep up the momentum?
Ernie, it's a long season. Injuries, trades, anything can happen. One more long. You just got to take care of your business. The rest takes care of itself.
Well, you know what? Every team does hit a rough patch in a long season. So how you respond is ultimately how you dictate your success.
We're coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. This road trip for the Magic kicking things off here in this one. It has not been a dramatic change this season to the performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
And right now, they're in the middle of what could be the most demanding part of their schedule all season. I mean, this is the 3rd game they'll have played in 4 days. You've got to get some sore muscles and tired, weary legs when you're in a stretch like that. But not only the physical fatigue, there's the mental and emotional fatigue, too.
Yeah, certainly an additional challenge, no doubt. But considering their punishing schedule, it will take a toll. Now, they're not going to make any excuses, but we'll just have to see how they respond.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. A look at the Magic starting group. Kenneth Faried is out there with Paul George. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Allen Iverson. And it's Cassell in at the 1. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Orlando with the ball. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
2 conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. It's very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here is Robinson. Nice fadeaway to get over the top.
Kevin, gorgeous fadeaway there. I mean, that's one way to beat some tight defense.
Passes it to Cassell. Iverson outside. Screen by Faried. And George kicks to Wallace. Clock at 6. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Cassell. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Cassell's got his first 2 points of the night. On defense, Orlando. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And offensively, everything they did seemed to just come together beautifully. They threw a lot of things at the wall, and most of it stuck.
Yeah, it did stick in high-quality fashion, too. I mean, a multifaceted approach like that takes a really sophisticated, locked-in defense to stop it. That certainly wasn't the case that day. Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Now, here's George after David Robinson's miss. The 3 kept alive Orlando. There's a screen. Wallace, the pass to Cassell, and stolen by Irving. He dishes it to Lucas. Robinson kicks to Thomas. Robinson a screen on Iverson. Just 5 to shoot. The dish to Lucas, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
I asked him what players he was really eyeing on the scouting report, and he said one that might surprise you, Kenneth Faried. He said he plays with so much energy and effort. He really sets the bar for the rest of the team. If we can limit his impact on the game, I think it'll really be to our advantage. Guy's an interesting take. We'll see if they can slow his roll.
All right, Doris. Thomas, it's a wide open look. New York, no good that time either.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Orlando shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Iverson. And both free throws good for Iverson. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Thomas against Cassell. Back to Thomas. He feeds it to Lucas. 16 feet away. The second chance effort. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Just an innate ability to rebound the basketball and then make the defense pay.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. Here's Cassell. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn. The pass to Iverson. Robinson with the block. Barton dishes to Thomas. Pass to Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Lucas against Cassell. Wallace kicks to Iverson. And that one hits back iron.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The feed now to Irving. The fader. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Another miss by Orlando.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Barton. They get the rebound. Here's Lucas. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
New York shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Lucas taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. John Henson's checked in for the Magic. He hits both from the stripe. And so here's Orlando, trailing by 5. Pass to Cassell. He kicks it to Henson. No good, unable to end this run.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here's Barton. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Kenneth Faried pulls it in.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. New York leading by 5. Thomas with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit. To the middle. Here's Lucas. Rebound by the Magic.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Henson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on David Robinson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Henson hits them both. New York leading by 3. Now here's Thomas. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And Orlando making a change here. Portis is checked in. The Knicks have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. The Magic trail by 6. Iverson outside. Pass to Cassell. George against Irving. 5 on the clock. Henson sets a screen for George. Jumper off the screen, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Lucas has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Thomas kicks to Irving. Can't get it to go. And Orlando will come the other way. Iverson outside. Feeds to Henson. Stolen by Robinson. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Irving.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
Here's a look at the stats for Robinson. Great showing for him last season. 5th in blocks, 6th in rebounding, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
He was a shot blocking machine last season too, just as you said, top 5 in the league. He gave no ground to anybody.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Sanders checked in for Lucas. Gay comes in for Barton. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Bazemore. Dishes it to Matthews. They set the pick. The drive by Iverson. Here's Portis. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Irving. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Sanders passes to Robinson. Stolen by Henson. Iverson outside. Kicks it to Matthews. Shot clock at 5. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Now, here's Rose. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Robinson, a screen on Matthews. Here's Irving. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Outside Matthews. Takes a 3. Orlando gets it back. Portis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point New York lead.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Irving kicks to Sanders. It's Gay on the wing. From 20 feet out, and that one's good. Gay's got his first 2 points.
Rudy Gay is one of the few players in this league that can make a shot like that.
There's the dish to Bazemore. He feeds it to Matthews. Henson with the screen. It's rebounded by New York. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Gay kicks to Sanders. Back to Gay. All alone. Shot is off. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Iverson playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. And he gets the bucket. Iverson's got 6.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on and give it up.
Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Green, he's checked in for Robinson.
Jeff Green.
The Knicks with the lead. Rose dishes to Gay. And Henson sends it back. Here's Bazemore. He's covered by Rose. There's the screen. Here's Iverson. That's short off the rim.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Irving with it. Matthews covering. Rose, no good. Orlando's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Allen Iverson on the wing. He's covered by Gay. The drive by Iverson. Here's Gay. And it's Gay again missing.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And it's sent back by Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. 44 seconds left to play here in the first. Outside Matthews. 4 on the shot clock. Fade away. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Irving. Gay with it. Iverson picks him up. Gay outside. He dishes it to Rose. New York needs to get off a shot. Sanders' shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
It's stolen by Green. From deep. Can't hit. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Knicks lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove.
Defensively, offensively, I think I'm better offensively than people give me credit for, and I'm stronger than I look. And that's something that I'm trying to prove this year, as I've been proving the last 3 or 4, so it's going to be fun.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
Yeah, that's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate them.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. They've got Paul George. Wallace is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Cassell, and it's Hezonja in at the 2.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Here's Cassell following the score by New York. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. The pass to George. Wallace with a screen on Sanders. 5 to shoot. Here's Cassell. They get it back. Here's Faried. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. For Orlando, they have been good at the line so far. 5 of 5.
At the line for 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Faried. The Knicks shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Martin passes to Sanders. And Thomas, here we go. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Well, here in the second, not as listless. They're showing some signs of life offensively.
You know, steadying themselves. After a tough start, they're back on track.
Here's Hezonja. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Wallace the screen. Pass to Cassell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Excellent D from Thomas. The Knicks leading by 3. On the wing, Green. No good. And Orlando will come the other way. Cassell kicks to George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots, so he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Robinson's checked in for Jeff Green. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And Thomas, here we go. Stolen by George. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Back to Farid. Fires from 14. Martin with the rebound. The Knicks with the lead. And now the Knicks on the break. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. That's 7 points for Robinson.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Got freed up. Nice work off the pit. Cassell's got 5 points so far.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 5. No good from Lucas. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Cassell out to the right wing. Now the feed to Farid. Over to the left wing. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And Thomas, here we go. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Okay. And it's sent back by George. Pass to Cassell. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. For the 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now, here's Sanders. Looking for his first basket still in this one. It's hauled in by Paul George.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Passes it to Hezonja. There's a good screen. The pass to Cassell. Jacks up a 3. Lucas with the rebound. Lucas has got his 6th rebound on the night. Robinson sets a screen for Thomas. Robinson up top. And Sanders kicks to Lucas. His 3-pointers off the mark. Orlando leading. Pass to Hezonja. To the wing on the left. To the paint. Tries to keep it alive. And here is Thomas. He has 7. He kicks it to Barton. Fires from 14. Good. He hits the jump shot. Barton's got it all tied up now for the Knicks.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Hezonja's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been off.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
This break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. The Knicks 4th.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backboard.
A different look for New York. Gay comes in for Sanders, and it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. The Magic also changing it up. Portis comes in for Fareed, and Sonny Weems subbed in for Hezonja. Now, here's Rose.
Oh! Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
A moment now to see the stats for Paul George. He had a strong showing last season. He was around 21 points per game last year, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And New York making a change here. Irving's checked in. The Magic also changing it up. John Henson comes in for Ben Wallace. And Allen Iverson is subbed in for Cassell. And both free throws good for Paul George. Knicks trail by 3. Now Rose still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Feeds it to Iverson. Portis, the pass to Iverson. Puts it up from 12. No good off the back of the rim. The Knicks have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Iverson against Rose. Irving up top. He has 6. 6 to shoot. Robinson slams it back in.
Tell you what, they're going to have to do a better job of boxing this fella out than that.
No one between him and the hoop. You're right, Clark.
Yeah, and you don't want to be giving up guys put-back slams. That's not the kind of play that can build confidence.
Here's Weems. David Robinson making his last shot. From deep, George. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. 8 points for Paul George.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Weems dishes to Henson. The shot by George wide open. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Irving kicks to Gay. From outside, off the mark.
been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing.
George against Irving. Magic moving the ball around. To the middle. Here's Portis. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Portis has got 9.
They're doing much better now. I mean, in the first quarter, they converted less than 30% of their field goals. But they've bounced back nicely here.
Irving drives in. Shot from 12. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Throws it up high. George, no good.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Now here's Lucas. 11 points for him in that last game against Detroit.
Yeah, but it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Now here is George. After Julius Irving's miss, and it's Weems missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward. Take a look at where Orlando ended up, Kevin, rank-wise in the league last year. 9th in second-chance points, 12th in three-point field goal percentage. And they were in the top half of the league in lowest opponent scoring as well. This is a team that has shown improvement defensively, and they feel like they're not done yet.
Yeah, but you mentioned the second-chance points. I mean, you love that determination, and really they just give great effort on every play, always in hustle mode.
The Knicks making a switch here. Green's checked in. Dishes it to Matthews. Allen Iverson on the wing. Matthews a screen on Rose. Matthews passes to Henson. And Matthews gets it to Bazemore. No good on the 3. Knicks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Rose dishes to Gay. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first. And that was pretty good.
Kicks to Bazemore. Irving against Matthews. Iverson left side. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Gay kicks to Rose. Green passes to Gay. Fades. Another miss by Gay. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Iverson against Rose. And here's Matthews from the arc. That one goes. Count it. Matthews has got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The Magic have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. "11 seconds left in the second quarter. Rose up on top. New York, no good that time either. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Magic out in front, up 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Orlando. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. They had some very nice stretches of play in the second quarter at both ends of the floor and got out to a well-deserved 8-point lead by halftime. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
They're not getting to the line or putting enough pressure on the defense. They have to be much more aggressive pushing the basketball, going hard to the rack. Because if you want the refs to make a call, put them in the position to make a judgment call. If you're not creating opportunities for contact, you have no chance of picking up points at the line.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And now the third quarter has to get going.
Checking out the game Allen Iverson is having. He has 9 points and 4 assists.
And he's really put together a nice combination of points at the free throw line, but also getting the assists.
Can you say fundamentals clinic, guys?
Magic leading by 8. Thomas is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Lucas. Then there's Irving. And it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Kurt Rambis. Now here's Iverson. 6 on the shot clock. We have a step back off the left rim and out. And for the Knicks, they're shooting around 40% from the floor here. Thomas dishes to Lucas. He feeds it to Irving. And it's Orlando with the rebound. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. Thomas with the steal. The dish to Barton. Screened by Lucas. Thomas, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. 9 feet out. Here's Faried. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
They set the screen. Here's Thomas with the 3. Kenneth Faried grabs the board. Faried's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and George with the stuff.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Now, here is Robinson. 9 points in the game so far. That is good.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Now here's Iverson. Defense right on him. Follows the screen. Iverson kicks to Faried. And it's sent back by Irving. Out to the right wing. New York moving the ball around. Thomas passes to Irving. He dishes it to Robinson. 14 feet away. Kenneth Faried grabs the board. Faried's got 8 rebounds in this game.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Wallace a screen. George drops in the layup for 2. George has got the lead up to 10 now for Orlando.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Number 5 is Isaiah Thomas.
The pressure is always there when you're at the foul line. It's you in the basket. You're all alone. But the really good free throw shooters are the ones that can knock them down at a high rate. And this guy is on that list because he was able to block out the distraction and follow his routine.
Sanders checked in for the Knicks. Thomas kicks to Irving. Here's Robinson. New York, no good that time either. Orlando leading by 10. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Thomas against Cassell. Thomas dishes to Robinson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really an extraordinary game for Robinson. He's got 10 rebounds and the 1 steal.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole nother level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kellogg-Ease, right? And
yes.
Kellogg-Ease. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Magic leading by 8. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's Wallace slamming it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And so it's New York with it. The Magic getting the bucket. Here's Thomas. It's hauled in by the Magic. Faried's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Screen by Faried to the paint. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up, here's New York. Irving's got the ball, and that one's good. Barton.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Iverson. 9 points in the game so far. Screen by Fareed. Knicks with the rebound.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Here's Barton. The feed to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Yes, it is. For that is a bucket. Number 5 on a 5-for-11 night.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
And it's Iverson missing.
Well, I like that move, but it took him right into the place where the defender was.
Robinson a screen on Iverson. Barton kicks to Irving. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And now it's just a 4-point Magic lead. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Wallace the screen. Iverson right side. Takes the 13-footer. Again, Iverson missing.
Well, that's a bad miss right there. I mean, you'd like to see him be a little more assertive when he has such good position.
No good from Irving. Magic leading by 4. To the middle. Thomas with the ball. He has 7. Pass to Sanders. Thomas against Cassell. Thomas kicks to Irving. Shot clock at 6. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on and give it up.
Got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. 4th in rebounding, 6th in opponent shooting percentage. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
Yeah, and going back to their rebounding, very few teams could outmuscle them inside. The size and toughness to scrap for every carom off the backboard.
And Orlando making a change here. Matthews is checked in. Screen by Fareed. Trying to get back on track. They grabbed their own miss. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Checking out the numbers for Isaiah Thomas. How he did last season. Averaged about 13 points per, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yep, without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Knicks trail by 3. Passes to Sanders. Here's Barton. And there's the pass to Irving. Robinson sets a screen for Irving. And it's sent back by Wallace. Here's Matthews. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Magic?
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and the other thing also is tonight they've been able to get to the free throw line consistently and also convert big points from the charity stripe.
First free throw is good. Rudy Gay's checked in for New York. Henson's checked in for the Magic. Both free throws good from Matthews.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
To the inside, Thomas. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Outside, George. Pass to Matthews. Henson with the screen. Out left to the wing. Wide open. They get it again over Thomas. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Shooting for New York, John Henson. At the line for 2.
That one is off. Green is checked in for New York. Rose comes in for Isaiah Thomas. Orlando also making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Wallace. And it's Kent Bazemore in for George. That one is no good, but they recover it. Knicks trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Bazemore misses. Stolen. Matthews against Irving. Here's Cassell. He's got 8. Henson. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And that one misses. That's off as well, so he misses both.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing opportunities to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on you.
To the paint. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Knicks trail by 5. Gay kicks to Rose. Shot is off. The Magic go the other way with it. Here's Cassell. A floater, and the layup is good. Cassell's got 10.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Now here's Gay. He's got 8 to end the drought. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting. Magic leading by 5. Here's Cassell. He kicks it to Henson. And it comes off the front of the rim. New York shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. 9 feet out. Here's Gay, and he goes in for the dunk.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
You know, and if that play is any indication, that's a battle they're willing to put every ounce of their energy into winning.
Knicks trail by 3. Rose passes to Green. Back to Rose. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Wesley Matthews picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Lucas is checked in for Sanders. And a switcher also for Orlando. Hezonja, he's checked in for Cassell. And the second free throw, good. Orlando leading. Here's Hezonja. They set the pick. Feeds it to Bazemore. Off the pick. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's foul number 2 for him. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And the Knicks miss again. The Magic shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. That is good.
Wesley Matthews.
Matthews has got 7.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
No good from Lucas.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Matthews against Rose. Matthews passes to Hezonja. They set the pick. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
1:07 left in the third. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Lucas. New York trailing. Rose kicks to Lucas. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Wesley Matthews taking 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
The first one falls.
Checking out the game Wesley Matthews is having. He has 8 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line.
Sonny Weems checks in for Portis. Both free throws good from Matthews. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. Rose kicks to Irving. Rose attacking. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Derrick Rose taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Rose. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
And Azania gets it to go.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Irving. 14 points for him. To the paint. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Rose.
Good possession there, resulting in the easy one down low.
And here's Matthews. Misses the shot. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Magic lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here's Thomas. So on the floor for Orlando, Paul George is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Iverson. Then there's Wallace. And it's Weems in at the 2. Now here's Lucas. Some solid defense from Faried. Now here's George. Guarded closely. The shot is no good.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one, Clark.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Wallace outside. Wallace the screen. Weems kicks to Iverson. Shot clock at 6. With a floater. And he gets the bucket. Iverson's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Orlando.
Just so reliable. I mean, that basket there will give them a little bit more of a cushion.
Barton in the corner. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
Orlando leading by 3. Iverson dishes to Weems. Thomas with the steal. Here's Barton. Left side, Thomas. Here's the teardrop. Iverson with some nice D.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Lots of room. Again, Iverson missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Thomas kicks to Sanders. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And Weems slams it in.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And it's sent back by Wallace. A solo fast break. Here's Iverson. Oh, jam! I mean, just beautiful. beautiful.
How about the hands on display there around the basket? I mean, he does not let those opportunities slip away, and that allows the lead to grow.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
Cassell is checked in for Orlando. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Lucas, a screen on Iverson. In the corner, it's Robinson. Sanders passes to Lucas. Just 5 to shoot. Thomas dishes to Robinson. The shot is off. Magic leading by 7. Down low, here's Iverson. The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's 15 points for Iverson.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now, here is Robinson. And it's Robinson again missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Thomas down low. He's covered by Cassell. And the shot is good.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Wallace misses. Knicks trail by 7. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
George against Lucas. Iverson outside. Back to George. Wide open. Bullseye.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Robinson a screen on Iverson. Barton kicks to Robinson. Gets an open look and hits.
Obviously a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Magic leading by 7. Now Iverson. Inside, Wallace. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shooting for New York, Ben Wallace. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second. Knicks trail by 8. Dishes it to Sanders. To the wing right side. Thomas goes in. And Fareed sends it back. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. And the Knicks making a change here. Irving's checked in. Here's Sanders. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Iverson gets the bucket. For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Cassell against Thomas. kicks it to Robinson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Shooting for New York, David Robinson. At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Sanders passes to Robinson. They get it back. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. George against Irving. And George, here we go. Cassell gets the bucket.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Thomas against Cassell. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Looking at the game for Thomas, he has 9 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Magic leading by 9. Cassell kicks to Iverson. It falls. Great assist by Sam Cassell. Cassell's got his 5th assist in this one. The Knicks shooting a paltry 33% in the 4th. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's Robinson. Sinks that one from the post.
Knicks losing 74-83.
The Magic have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. And it's George finishing it off.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Thomas, no luck.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Now, here's George. Can't capitalize on the good pick. Guys, their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. Now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
And Sanders kicks to Irving. Thomas up top. He's covered by Cassell. 6 on the shot clock. And Thomas, here we go. And it's sent back by Wallace. And finished off by Robinson. Iverson with the ball. He feeds it to Wallace. Now here's Iverson. The dish now to Fareed. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. The words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Now, here is Robinson. Following the miss by Kenneth Fareed. Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from David Robinson. Orlando's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Wallace the screen. Gazelle the pass to Iverson. Clock at 6. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but yep, he's still cooking, and Greg, he's cooking with gas.
We've seen Allen Iverson really have a great game.
He's on fire, and they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City answers. Go on and give it up.
Lucas is checked in for New York.
Jaron Lucas.
And the Knicks with possession here. On the wing, Irving. Defended by George. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Fareed dishes to Iverson. Magic moving the ball around. Gazelle against Thomas. Here's Wallace. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Jaron Lucas. At the line of the Knicks, Ben Wallace. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Second free throw, no good. Knicks trail by 11. Upside Thomas, down low. And it's Robinson that time on the assist by Thomas. And now 24 points for Robinson.
Leandro. Assist goes to Isaiah Thomas.
Magic leading by 9. Outside, George. And stolen by Irving. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Throws down the breakaway jam.
How about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Orlando's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Thomas against Cassell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sweet little floater. Cassell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Here's Thomas. Misses off the left iron.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
George with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Wallace kicks to Fareed. It's hauled in by Thomas. Knicks on offense. 9-point game. Down low. And Robinson throws it down hard.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Cassell. Fareed a screen on Irving. George passes to Fareed. That's good.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Fareed, no good on the free throw. Guys, a comeback probably not in the cards at this point.
Yeah, unless something dramatic and drastic occurs.
Yeah, I think you can put a fork in it.
And that one's good, Irving.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
And an intentional foul right there.
Julius Irving. That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Knicks, Allen Iverson. 2 shots.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Here's Rose. Gay, that's a 2-pointer. Rebound by Wallace.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game? He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
The thing that has to jump out of you is all of those points in the paint. He found every gap in the defense that he could, and he never stopped attacking the basket. If the D was expecting him to just hang out on the perimeter, they were wrong.
You could just see the intensity and focus from him, right, Kenny? I mean, he wasn't fazed by the crowd. Usually that's the case with him, but not tonight. He came in determined to make the little plays, make some big ones, and keep the momentum going.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.